Hello, guys. Today we'll be talking about economic system. First of all, we need to know what is the definition of economic system. The definition is already on the board. Economic system, it is the way a country or a society organize the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. So, the way a country organizes the production, the distribution, and the consumption of goods and services is called what? Economic what? System. So we have what we call types of economic system. We have the socialist economy, we have the capitalist economy, then we have the mixed economy. So we'll be taking them bit by bit. Firstly, let's start with the socialist economy. Okay. Okay. The socialist economy. The socialist economy is an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned, managed, and controlled by the government. I come again. A socialist economy is an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned, managed, and controlled by the government. That's to say that in a socialist economy, there is no interference of private individuals. That is, the means of production and distribution are owned, managed, and controlled by only what? The government. But there are some exam questions. You will not see government there. Another name that replaces government there is the public sector. So I cannot define a socialist economy as an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned, managed, and controlled by the public what? Sector. Now, there are other names of socialist economy. Okay. Other names of socialist economy. I can also call a socialist economy as a regulated economy. As a regulated economy. I can also call a socialist economy as a command economy. Take note of that. As a command economy. I can also call a socialist economy as a central planned economy. So if you are asking an exam, regulated economy is also called dash. The answer is what? Socialist what? Economy. Central planned economy is also called dash. Socialist what? Economy. Command economy is also called dash. Socialist what? Economy. That's to say that in a regulated economy, in a command economy, in a central planned economy, it is managed and controlled by what? The government. Now, let's talk about the price system in a socialist economy. In a socialist economy, price is determined by the government. So they may ask you in your exam, in a socialist economy, who determines price? The answer is what? The government. In a socialist economy, who determines price? The answer is what? The government. In a command economy, who determines price? The government. In a central planned economy, who determines price? The government. That is to say that price in a socialist economy is determined by what? The government. So we move to the next one, capitalist economy. Now, capitalist economy. Okay, what is a capitalist economy? A capitalist economy is an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned, managed, and controlled by private individuals. Now, it's not the government again, because the government are the one that control a socialist economy. But when you are asking an exam, and an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned, managed, and controlled by private individuals, the answer is what? A capitalist what? Economy. So a capitalist economy is an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned and controlled by private individuals. Now, the question is that, what if we do not see private individuals there? Another name for private individuals is what? Private what? Sector. Now, what are other names of capitalist economy? Take note. Other names of capitalist economy are, look at it here, deregulated economy. In fact, this is a JAMB question. JAMB asked this question 1 year, whether 2018 or so. They asked the question, deregulation of telecommunication. Deregulation of telecommunication is a future of what economy system? What will be the answer? Capitalist economy. Regulation of telecommunication is a future of what economy system? What will be the answer? Socialist economy. You see it now. You see it now. Very simple. Very simple. So another name for capitalist economy is also called market economy. Market economy. Market economy. Another name again is called liberal economy. Liberal economy. Liberal economy. Okay? Okay? Another name again is called free market economy. Free market economy. So these are other names of what? Capitalist what? Economy. We can call it a deregulated economy, a market economy, a liberal economy, a free market what? Economy. So that's why I told you about that question that JAMB asked 1 year. Deregulation of telecommunication. So deregulation of telecommunication is a feature of what economic system? A capitalist economy. There is another one, let me not forget. It's called the laissez-faire. Laissez-faire. Laissez-faire economy. Laissez-faire economy. So a laissez-faire is a French word which means let it be. Let it be. So capitalist economy can also be called a laissez-faire economy, whereby the consumer have their freedom. So if you are asking an example, a laissez-faire economy falls under what type of economic system? Capitalist what? Economy. What is the laissez-faire? Laissez-faire, French word, in English word, it means what? Let it what? Be. So an economic system where that the means of production and distribution are owned, managed, and controlled by private individuals. By private individuals or private sector is called what? A capitalist what? Economy. Now, the next question is that in the price system, what determines price in a capitalist economy? This is where students usually feel. Now, because I told you that in a socialist economy, price is determined by the government. Now, you will not think that in a capitalist economy, price is determined by private individuals. No, no, no. In a capitalist economy, price is not determined by the government. Price is not determined by private individuals. Price is determined by the forces of demand and supply. Take note of that. Take note of that. In a capitalist economy, price is determined by the forces of demand and what? Supply. Take note of that. So when you're asking an exam, what determines price in a capitalist economy? The answer is what? The forces of demand and what? Supply. Now, what if you do not see forces of demand and supply? Another name for forces of demand and supply is also called market force, or the interaction of demand and supply, or the intersection of demand and supply, or price mechanism. These are ways that examiners usually confuse students. So what determines price in a capitalist economy? It's not the government. It's not the private individuals. It is the forces of what? Demand and supply. Which the forces of demand and supply is also called what? Market force. It's also called what? Intersection of demand and supply. It's also called what? Interaction of demand and supply. It's also called what? Price what? Mechanism. So when you see this kind of question in the exam, please don't feel it. Don't feel it. Don't feel it. Don't feel it. So the last one is the mixed economy. The mixed economy. What is the mixed economy? The mixed economy is an economy system that has the combination of a socialist economy and a capitalist economy? Examiners usually like this question. They will ask you, an economic system that has both the futures, or that has both the characteristics, or that has both the elements of a capitalist economy and a socialist economy is called dash. What is the answer? Mixed what? Economy. So I come again. A socialist economy is an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned and controlled by who? The government. But a capitalist economy is an economic system whereby the means of production and distribution are owned and controlled by what? Private what? Individuals. But we're not asking exam. What determines price in a capitalist economy? The answer is not the government. It is the forces of what? Demand and what? Supply. What determines price in a socialist economy? What will be the answer? Government. 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 What are other names of socialist economy? Regulated economy, command economy, central planned what? Economy. There was a JAMB question. I remember JAMB asked this question one year. Liberalism is a philosophy associated with what economic system? What will be the answer? Capitalism. Capitalism. A liberal system is a capitalist system. A deregulated system is a capitalist system. A free market system is a capitalist system. A market system is a capitalist system. But what determines price in a capitalist system? Forces of what? Demand and what? Supply. So in my next class, I'll be telling you guys about the futures of the economic system, the advantages of the economic system, and the disadvantages of what? The economic system. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this YouTube channel to your friends. Thank you very much, and God bless you. My name is Wizeko Payne.